All right. Hey, gang. Welcome here to today's training. My name is Carl White here at the secret headquarters of the Mortgage Marketing Animals, joined today by my very dear friend and one of my mentors on the on social media, everything social media, the beloved Chris Johnstone. Great to have you here, Chris.
Hey, Carl. It's great to be here. Thank you.
So first of all, I think everybody knows who you are, Chris, but just in case you don't, Chris is my go-to guy for everything social media. He works strictly with loan officers. What makes him unique in what he does is he's not doing it for plumbers and restaurant people. It's strictly 100% loan officers. And in today's class, what we're going to be talking about is how do you generate inbound phone calls using social media? How do you eliminate outbound cold calling, right? Where do you find your most profitable traffic, i.e. what traffic is going to bring you the most closings, the most money, the easiest without cold calling? Number three, we're going to be showing you, like this is in essence like the next step, the next generation in Facebook ads. This is brand new training. You guys are seeing this. You're the first people seeing this. And the one thing about Facebook, it's always getting better. And if you're doing it the old way, i.e. even a month or two ago, you're doing it the old way, not getting as great results. And you want to make sure that you're always on the cutting edge of this so you have the biggest advantage over the other people that's doing this. So it's really, really super cool that what Facebook is doing and how they've just stepped up the game even more. And Chris, I know you spend tens of thousands of dollars testing things, and the training you're giving us today is the results of your newest testing. Does that pretty much sum up what we're going to do here?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, brother. Well, dude, I'm going to kind of have you take it away. I'm going to be taking notes on myself on this one. And guys, if you're driving down the road, listen to this. This warrants sitting down and listening to with pen and paper in hand. This is going to be really good stuff. So take it away, Chris.
Awesome. Cool. Well, thank you, Carl. So today I'm going to show you how to close loans from chatbots, and we're just going to get right into it. I'm super excited to share this with you. So a chatbot, we'll get into it. I'll teach you what it is, and then I'll teach you really kind of why it's the future of commerce and what we're doing to get ahead of that and actually use it to close loans today. Then I'm going to show you a split test that's over $15,000 spent to teach you how to get the highest quality traffic on Facebook. So a lot of people are going to market and just doing like general targeting to a general mortgage audience or people that are interested in real estate. And we've discovered this process. So it's not a setting inside Facebook, but it's a process that you have to run inside your account where you can actually tell Facebook what traffic you want, and you're able to narrow in on the highest quality borrowers. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it through today's training. And then I'm going to be showing you this incredible automation system that, that we've helped develop that eliminates cold calling and gets over 40% of the leads to qualify themselves and then reach out as an inbound lead. So if you've been part of really kind of any internet lead generation system up until this point, you know that you get an internet lead and then all of a sudden there's this chase to get to the lead, and the first person that calls them is normally the person that will connect with them, but then the person who follows up with them long term is typically the one that's going to have the best results. And those are the two major problems that we have as loan officers in the business is we're too busy to call them right away, and we're also too busy to have good, consistent, long-term follow-up with people. And we've solved both of those problems, and the results are, I think, well, you're absolutely going to love it. And I'm going to show you exactly how we're doing that. And then I'm going to take you through a full walkthrough of how to set up your own mortgage bot for free. And I'll show you, you know, why that has a value of $30,000 as we're going through and setting all this up. And then I'm going to, at the end, show you how to eliminate overwhelm and immediately get results. I don't think there's any secrets here. You know, we run an agency where we'll do all of this for you. But in every single training that we do and that I produce, I put a tremendous amount of work and effort into teaching you how to do it on your own so that you have both paths available to you and there's nothing hidden behind the curtain. And we've done this previously with you, Carl. We came on and I taught our open house campaign strategy right from the very beginning to the very end. And that's the exact same campaign that Adriana used to generate 442 leads. And out of those 442 leads, roughly 18 quality leads referred out to her real estate partners. So I'm not showing you this to like brag or be weird or anything, but it's just the information that you're going to get here today is very valuable, and there's nothing left behind the curtain. This is another campaign that we taught called the Wealthy Advisor. This is where we're bundling a free report that pre-frames your audience. And this is from Mel. That campaign that we gave away here on one of our trainings, he used to generate a 507% return on investment. And that, for Mel, includes our management fee that he's paying us every month to manage that. So those of you that go out and implement that on your own, even a little bit better return from that. So the whole point there is that your investment of your time here today is very well invested, and you're going to get everything that you need in order to use this new chatbot automation and Facebook Messenger to get high quality mortgage loans through your pipeline and generate funded deals. So here's our 3 major breakthroughs. We figured out how to hack Facebook, essentially, for lack of a better word, to find the small pockets of high quality mortgage traffic. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. We created a lead capture mechanism that pre-qualifies the lead before they opt in, so that you only focus on quality borrowers. Because when you're dealing with Facebook, you're getting a lot of people that are at the very beginning of the buying cycle. We're able to target those people so well on Facebook. We're getting to them before the realtor. We're getting to them before really anybody else in the marketplace. The benefit to that is you're able to establish yourself, nurture that relationship, and close the loan. The negative to that is that it takes a long time to establish the relationship and then close the deal further on. So what we're doing is we're using this technology to pre-qualify people that are coming through your funnel, so that you're only working with the highest quality leads that come through. Then I'm going to take you through these compound communication systems that we're putting all of our lead generation campaigns into now, that are transforming over 40% of the leads that we generate into inbound calls, so that you don't have to cold call, you don't have to chase people. So the benefits to that are much higher quality leads on Facebook on autopilot. Once you set this up, it kind of just runs in the background. You've got to go in and optimize it every 2 weeks, but it consistently churns out these leads for you in your business. No more cold calling or chasing leads, and inbound phone calls of people that actually want to talk to you.
One thing that we've noticed on running these chat bots, Chris, is another thing we're finding it's helping to do. It's helping to eliminate the burnout of the loan officer. That on these social media, people are used to. People understand that, hey, these might convert a little lower, and because of that, you have to make a lot of cold calls. And we found with the chat bots, since it eliminates a cold call and does nothing but generate inbound incoming phone calls, that the burnout from the loan officers has substantially been lowered. And that was a really big issue that it seems like it's really helped solve that issue.
And the really cool thing that we're finding with it is you can see the person going through the process of telling you what they think their credit score is, how much they're looking to borrow, how soon they're looking to move. So when you're seeing that lead come through the system and go through the process, you can tell what type of borrower is on the other end of that conversation. It's an automated conversation with a bot, but you can tell whether you want somebody in your business to reach out to that person right now, or if you just let the automation take care of that process. It allows you to be selective and very smart.
I like that. And the bottom line is, if you have tried online leads in the past and they didn't work, like Chris was showing just a second ago, you're in the right place, because this is the new way of doing it. So what's the basic lesson plan that we cover here, Chris?
So first, let's go find the most profitable traffic, because if you're targeting the wrong people on Facebook, you'll always get the wrong people through the funnel. Then I'm going to teach you giving the right offer. And that means not just giving out an offer like a list of FSBOs or whatever to generate as many leads as you possibly can into your funnel. We take almost the exact opposite approach, and we say, okay, we want to repel as many people as possible and use our ads to only attract in those high quality people that we want to work with. And the bot actually goes through giving the right offer and qualifying those people before they put in their name, their phone number, and their email address. And then I'm going to show you the automation so that once you've generated that lead, you've got the high quality traffic, you've got the right offer in place to filter those people, then how we're following up to actually generate them into inbound phone calls so that you're not wasting any of your time cold calling, chasing leads, all that good stuff. So step one is finding the most profitable traffic. So if you've been through any type of Facebook training or taken some type of information course or whatever, they've probably taught you the basics of Facebook. So you go to the Facebook Ads Manager, you go to Facebook, you type in Ads Manager, you go in there, and in your targeting, you can target people based on location, language, gender, and then interest. So interested in real estate, interested in mortgages, interested in refinance, right? Well, those are very basic options, and it puts you in a very big advertising pool with a lot of people. So this is what it looks like inside the Facebook Ads Manager. You can see, you can just type in real estate. It will show you all the different types of real estate niches that Facebook can target people in. You just select it and then run your ads to those people. Well, there is a more advanced way to go about getting that traffic. And if you're not doing this stuff, this is kind of like, you know, the beginner stuff is just general targeting on Facebook. The moderate stuff, or this advanced stuff that I'm teaching you here, is where you take your past customer list. You upload it to Facebook. There's a little tab up at the top that says audiences. You can upload your past customer data and your past lead data. Now, in previous trainings, I've shown you how to do that and then how to show ads to your past customers so that you create a stronger bond with your past customers and you generate more referrals using the 4 different ad types that I taught you. Now, what we're doing now is we're leveraging that and we're taking it to the next level. So what you do is you take those Facebook audiences that you upload to Facebook, and don't worry, everything's legit. This is totally compliant. You're not giving away their personal information. Facebook just says, okay, we're going to target these people with ads. And then what you do is you create what's called a lookalike audience. It's a custom audience type inside Facebook, and Facebook will take your past customers and create an avatar of your perfect client. And then you tell Facebook, hey, I want to go find the 1% or the 5% or the 10% of people that are on Facebook that match my perfect customer avatar. You create that lookalike audience in the 1%, the 5%, and the 10%, and then you test it. And what you tell Facebook is, hey, I want to target this custom audience when they're interested in mortgages or real estate. And by layering on your perfect customer data to your targeting, you get a much better quality person that comes through your funnel that's much more likely to close with you because we already know that they're very similar to your past customers in your business. Now, the other 2 tips that I have for you as far as advanced targeting in your Facebook ads, one is your website traffic. Everybody here should have the Facebook pixel and the Google AdWords pixel on your website. And every time somebody comes to your website, you should be retargeting those people with your offers and your ads. Now, the reason why that's so important is because people that come to your website are the lowest hanging fruit in your business. Because if they've made it to your website, chances are they've been referred to you by somebody else. They've been referred by a realtor. And that person is just kind of checking you out, just checking the temperature of what's going on in your business. And when they check out your website and then see your ads continuing online, they get the feeling like you've got a very substantial brand, when in reality you're spending, you know, really a very nominal budget, as little as $5 a day, to make sure that all of those very, very hot leads that you have never fall off and go somewhere else.
So Chris, this is the same way that if I go on Amazon and look at a new motorcycle helmet or a pair of shoes or whatever, that suddenly I see those shoes or that helmet or whatever, that microphone or whatever it was that I'm looking at, all of a sudden starts popping up all over the place. And that's the retargeting that you're talking about. And that's not just available to the Coca-Colas and the you know, the Apple computer, the McDonald's of the industry. It's available to the loan officer. That same exact technology is available to everybody.
Yeah, and extremely cost effective, and it doesn't cost anything extra. It's actually more cost effective to do it that way, and you get a better quality lead through your funnel. So absolutely, everybody should be doing that. And then the other thing is retargeting, and this is an advanced level strategy that we've taught to members inside the Freedom Club. And what we're doing is we're running content pieces that will only attract our perfect customer. And it can be in video format, it can be in article format, and the headline calls out exactly who it is that we're trying to attract on Facebook. And when somebody clicks and reads that article or watches 50% of that video, we then retarget them with an ad with the actual offer. So you're putting a lot of content out there and then retargeting the people that view that content with an ad. So to create those lookalike audiences, you go into the audience tab inside Facebook Ads Manager, create the audience, and then when you're running your ads, rather than choosing just like a general huge broad market that's interested in mortgages, you go in and you target these lookalike audiences, which is going to get you a better response. Now, Carl, here's the super advanced part of this training, and then we're going to get into building the bot, which I think everybody here is just absolutely going to love. But this is the big secret that most trainers and agencies are totally missing right now. You see, when you go into Facebook and you target an audience, you're essentially throwing a fishing line into the ocean, essentially. Even when you're targeting people that are interested in real estate mortgages, there's still a massive grouping of people. And we all know, especially if you target real estate, there's people in there that just like home and garden stuff. They're just perpetually interested in real estate. They're never going to do anything, but they like filling out offers and seeing what's out there. So what happens on Facebook is they are so intelligent and they have so much data that they're grouping little segments of that market into essentially slices of pie. And so when you advertise on Facebook, there's this massive pie of people that are available, and it's sliced into these little chunks. And when you run an ad set on Facebook, you're only getting a little sliver of the pie. Now, here's the big problem with that. If you just let one ad set run in a market and you're getting the slice of the pie with people that have been previously bankrupt, you're never going to get the jumbo loan or the person who actually qualifies for a loan, because your Facebook account has just shoehorned you into this low quality slice of the pie. And I see that happening in accounts all the time. So when you go in to Facebook and you go to run your ads, you can actually see the way that this works. On the right hand side, they give you this little menu bar thing, and it shows you your audience definition. And you can see here, this is just an example on one of the campaigns that we're running. We had 5.4 million people that we could potentially target with this ad that was interested in real estate, interested in mortgages, and in the target market of our loan officer that wanted to target those people. He had a nominal, well, not a nominal budget, but he had a budget of $15 a day to go out and go after this audience. And we were only going to reach 3,100 to 16,000 of those 5.4 million people. So you can think about, that's a massive pie. There's tons of really high quality borrowers out there. We're just only getting this very small sliver. So we got to thinking, how can we force Facebook to give us the whole pie so that we can choose our slice, right? It's just like go into the pie store, and rather than them saying, we get apple pie, we don't care whether you like apple pie or not, you eat apple pie when you come to this pie store, we want to look at all the different slices of pie and say, hey, I want the high quality borrower that's looking to buy a house that fits in this credit scenario. We can pick that slice of the pie now. And here's how you do it. When you run your Facebook ads, your ad sets allow you to go into those different slices. So what you do is you target the exact same audience and you build one campaign with one ad set with the 9 different ads that we show you how to run. So you've got 3 different images, 3 different pieces of copy, and you're split testing, right? And then that ad set you duplicate, and you duplicate it 3 times or 4 times or however many times it takes until you have the full pie, and then you run them all at the same time. So rather than Facebook saying, okay, this ad set's going to get this one little slice, we're forcing it because we're running them all at the same time to put us into all the different slices of the pie. And then you just watch what happens over the next week. It takes Facebook's algorithm roughly 5 days to learn where the people that are going to fill out the form or where the people are that are going to fill out the offer. And then you can see your cost per result. So you can see here, I've spent in this particular campaign, sorry, just let me get this out of the way here. We spent $28,320.11 running these ads. Now, you don't have to have a massive budget like that, but I wanted to show you what this looks like at scale so that you can learn how the process works. And you can see up at the top, my top ad set there, for the result that I was generating, I was spending $384.34 for that result. Where if you go down to the bottom, I was spending $54.99 for the exact same result. It's the exact same audience, right? Exact same pie, but different slices are getting me a much better cost per lead. Now you'll notice all of these ad sets are turned off, right? We ended up with only 3 ad sets at the end where we're generating leads now, or not leads, but results from this Facebook campaign at $11 a piece. So if I had just gone in and run one ad set, it might be the $384.34 ad set, and I'd be sitting here thinking, man, Facebook ads don't work. But in reality, all I've done is forced Facebook to give me the right audience, and now I'm scaling the ad sets that are $11. Now here's the beauty of that. I'm the only one in the industry that has that knowledge. I'm the only one who has that asset now. So when I scale my advertising campaigns, I can go head to head with a national advertiser with $1 million budget. They're going to buy up all the other slices of the pie that don't have the high quality traffic in it. And I'm able to just stay focused on that really nice, profitable slice. And the other great thing about this is you get to see the leads that are coming through the process as you do it. So you'll be able to tell over time which slice is producing the borrowers that you actually want to talk to, because you can see what's happening as they come through the chatbot, what their credit score is, how much they want to borrow, and then just follow in on that particular ad set that you want to grow in your business. Did that all make sense, Carl? Oh, I think you're on mute.
Whoops, sorry about that. Yeah, it's absolutely, and I know, and I get it. There's a lot to this, but this is really, really, really worth your time to figure this stuff out. Because just like it was worth your time to become a loan officer to begin with, that's only half of it. Like knowing how to do loans is half the job. The other half is learning how to market, and that warrants at least half of your time. Is how do I market this, not just how do I figure out debt to income ratio, so to speak. This is really important stuff. So I appreciate it, brother. Keep rocking.
Yeah, I apologize. It's super detailed, but really, I mean,
no. It needs to be this detailed because we need to know what's going on. We need to know how to use this stuff.
That's it. All right, and keep in mind, at the end of the day, we're really just clicking buttons. You know, there's much harder work out there to do. So it's all good. Now, this is how to build a chatbot. And before we get into this, I really wanted to wrap this in the lens of the value of this training, not to be weird or anything, but if you go to Google and you just type in chatbot price. So right there in the thing, on the front page of Google, it says a powerful chatbot designed by an outside agency will cost at the minimum $30,000. And that's for a simple bot. A more advanced top of the line bot can cost as much as $150,000. Now, the reason behind those prices is not because of the technology. The technology is actually cheap. I'm going to give you access to a resource where you can run and manage this thing for $10 a month. What really has the value is knowing how to take your consumer, a high quality consumer, and get them through the process of interacting through this chat. And I call this the intelligent opt-in. I've already done all of that hard work for you, and I'm just going to give it to you here so that you know the process to lay out for your future customer. Because we've been through, at this point, countless variations of this bot. Most of them didn't work. This is the process that we're generating really good results from right now. We see roughly 50% of the people that click the button to interact with the bot get to the end of the process where they give us, their credit. Well, I'll show you all of the questions that they're filling out, and we get their name, their phone number, their email address, and the ability to direct message them through Messenger whenever we have an offer for them or to check in with them. So this is the ad that we're running on Facebook. So we go in, we run a Messenger campaign. This is the ad copy. Again, use your advanced targeting options for this traffic. Do you have questions about getting a mortgage? What you qualify for? What your rate and payment will be? Use our brand new mortgage robot to get instant answers to your questions free and find out how much you can afford and at what rate. Click send message to get started. So if you think about somebody who has, and I'm not trying to, I'm not being disparaging to anybody, everybody in my mind is the same. We all deserve the same opportunities, but as a loan officer, you got to be very careful with your time, who you spend your time with. And if you think about this advertisement to somebody who probably doesn't believe that they can get a loan and they might be just filling out other people's forms, if they read that ad, they're not going to fill out the form. They're not going to click the button because the copy is repelling somebody who isn't of the quality of, okay, I know I'm going to buy a house. I just want to know what I qualify for and what my rate's going to be. That customer reads that ad copy and goes, that's for me. That's awesome. I'm in. I got to check this out. I got to find out this information. So they click that button in the advertisement, and the bot that we've built automates the conversation through Messenger. So as soon as they click that button, this Messenger box pops up. It's just like text messaging through Facebook. A huge percentage of Facebook users actually use Messenger as their primary communication method now.
I would say for a lot of us, Facebook Messenger, it's the new email. Like we've given email up, and Messenger is how we communicate back and forth now.
Yeah, it's crazy. So my wife and I just recently did a construction project. Over 80% of the trades and the contractors are on Facebook Messenger, and that's how we communicated. When we skipped right over text messaging, it was like email straight to Facebook Messenger. So anyways, and people love the process, and they know it's a bot, which is part of why people really like it, because they know there's no high pressure salesperson on the other end of them that's going to try and trick them or whatever. They feel like this is automation that's going to give them the answers to their questions, which is, do I qualify for a mortgage, right? So if you think about this, this is a short form loan application, 100% automated through text messaging on Facebook. Think about where we were in marketing and advertising in the mortgage space just 5 years ago. And think about this now. We could hook this up to an underwriting system and actually, almost to the end of the underwriting process, qualify somebody just through Facebook Messenger. So the person clicks on the ad, says, I want to qualify for a loan. They see this screen. Great. It can take a couple of minutes to help you. Is now a good time. If they click yes, it launches them into the workflow. If they click no, it says, great, call us. Here's our phone number and we'll reach back out. And if they click on I have a question, there's an instant alert that alerts you or the person that you have working your leads that this person wants to talk to somebody right now. Keep in mind, the main goal of this bot is to get people on the phone with you and to have them reach out to you rather than you reaching out to them. So at the very beginning, we're pushing people into the phone call if they feel they're too busy for the bot. If they're not, we walk them through essentially a short.
But again, this is an inbound phone call, not an outbound phone call.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's a great start. Okay, great, let's get started. Tell me what you're looking to do. Purchase, renewal, or refinance, right? And we can customize this based on the types of loans that people offer. So some of our clients have them with FHA or VA or whatever types of loans that they're really looking to attract through the bot. They tell us that, and we say, okay, great, that's our specialty. What's your price range? So again, we're qualifying the lead to us while also giving them a valuable tool. So they tell us what price range they're in. Have you been pre-approved for a mortgage in that price range? It's a really nice way of saying, are we competing with anybody else right now for your loan, right? If they say no, excellent. Do you know roughly what your current credit score is? If you don't know, it's not a problem. We can get it for you at no charge and without affecting your credit. And again, some people have ways to do that. Other people don't. It just depends on the client, how we write that copy. But that is the general gist of just tell us what you think your credit score is. They tell us, and then based on the answer, we're routing them down a different workflow based on the quality of the consumer that's coming through the process. And this is what it looks like. Now, there's a couple of other questions that go along the back end of the process of information that we're getting from them. And then after they jump through all those hoops, we then say, as long as they've followed the right path of being a high quality lead, it's great. Give us a call at number to get the results, and give us your first name, your cell phone number, and your email. They fill in all the information and they click submit, and then it just routes them to a nice thank you page and then back into Facebook, right? So if you think about that workflow process, we've taken somebody through that qualification, and you've got notifications all the way through the process of the quality of the lead that is coming through the funnel. Now, the main action is to request a phone call, but you will have some people that don't actually call you right at the end of the bot because they're on the subway or whatever it is. And in just a second, I'm going to show you how we get those people to become an inbound phone call when they're ready, right? Which is super important. But before we do that, I just want to reiterate the process that these people are going through. We're targeting the highest quality traffic on Facebook. We're using advertisements that repel the low quality people that we don't want to, that qualify the high quality people that we do want to work through, and then we make them jump through 9 questions before we say, okay, what's your name, what's your email, what's your phone number? So we're putting as many obstacles as we possibly can in front of these people to make it as difficult as possible for them to get to the end of the funnel. And we're still generating leads at $11.34 per lead that comes through the system. And this is the first bot campaign that we ever ran. We've now got campaigns that have hundreds of leads through them. But this was our original test account. We spent $11.34 per lead that came through. We had 38 leads. We booked 2 appointments. We funded 1 loan as a result of that initial test. So by putting all those hurdles in place, it's doing a great job of bringing that lead quality up. Now, all of the leads that come through the process that don't become an inbound phone call right now, that's okay. But you don't have time to call them. People in your business don't have time to call them. There's nobody that's going to call these leads or follow up with them for you. So what we did was we built these things called compound communication systems. And what they do is they follow up with the lead like you should if you were doing all of the manual outreach. And it's a combination, and I'll show you the workflow here in just a second of how you process this together, but it's a ringless voicemail. So somebody gets to the end of the bot, they say, hey, I would like to know what I qualify for and at what rate. They fill in their name, their phone number, and their email address, they click submit. We take that from ManyChat, which is the program that we use to build that chat application, and we use Zapier to push it into this system, which is called Agent Legend LO. That system then drops a ringless voicemail in that person's cell phone inbox with your voice on the other end of it. And it says, hey, Bob, I noticed that you used our mortgage bot to request your quote. I've got the information that you need. Here's where you call me back, right? So in that prospect's mind, you've given them a tool to help them qualify automatically and then followed up with them right away. Then there's a text message and an email that goes out. We're using those 3 communication methods. And the reason why we're using all 3 is because some people like to talk on the phone. Roughly 15% of your leads like to talk on the phone. Another 15% like to text message, and another 15% like to email. Well, if you're only using email, you're only going to get a 15% response. If you're only using text message, you're only going to get a 15% response. If you're only cold calling your leads, you're going to get that amount of response. When we take them and compound them all together, that's where we see 40%, 50% of the leads responding back to us because they've asked us for something. We're trying to give it to them, and we're using all of the communication methods that they want to respond with. Does that make sense, Carl?
Yeah, it does, because I think the secret that we're seeing with these with the bots and the follow-up system is, number one, they put in their information, bam, they get a response. Because what's happened in the past, guys, and I've been guilty of this too, right? It's not your fault. That what happened in the past is we get online leads, and then maybe an hour, maybe two, let's be honest, maybe next week, we get back to them. Just being honest, right? And again, it's not your fault. You're busy. You're meeting with agents. You're at closings. You're teaching a class. You're not there. And the way that the bots automatically responds back to them to get them interested, and then it hands it off to the agent LO system, which take those people who are interested and says, okay, here's the number to call me at, is now a good time. Here's the number to text me at, is now a good time to get on the phone. Here's the email address to email me, is now a good time to get on the phone. And the ones that say no, well, we don't call those. The ones that say yes, they're not, either A, they call you, or B, you call them, and they want you to call because they just said, please call me. In fact, if anything, they'd be like not happy if you don't call them, like they want to be called. And turning this to a systematic automated approach has been an absolute game changer. And Chris, you're right that when we started stacking the text messages, the phone calls, and the emails all on top of each other, so they're getting communicated all three ways, it wasn't a 1 + 1 + 1 = 3. It was a 1 × 10 × 10 equals like a lot more. Like it wasn't an additive effect. It was exponentially increased the amount they're returning. You know, it's like 2 + 2 = 10, you know, kind of thing. So a huge difference.
Yeah. And you mentioned people actually reaching out, you know, wanting to talk. So this is an actual screenshot of the system with the message going out. So in the bottom left-hand corner, you can see an email went out to the client. So here's the information. Is now a good time? Is via text okay? So the lead actually asked the mortgage professional, is now a good time, and can we text back and forth? Replying back to the email via text and saying, hey, can I talk to you, basically? Here's another one from Azalier, and I'll probably butcher that name, but it's okay. You can see the ringless voicemail went out, and then an email went out roughly 15 minutes after the lead responded. And later that day, so that email went out at 4:49 p.m. and at 5:04, they responded back via text message to the email and says, I'm available now, right? You get that inbound lead, you can communicate with them via text, you can call them right away. And that's above and beyond people that just pick up the phone and call, right? These are just the leads that we can show you through that process. So what I wanted to do is show you the process of how we're following up with these leads. We'll go through this really quick, because I've got some other really cool stuff for you here. So on day one, as soon as that lead comes through the bot, they get a ringless voicemail roughly 2 minutes after they've filled out that information. So we know statistically we have to follow up with these leads within 10 minutes. Otherwise, the likelihood of us getting in contact with them goes down dramatically. So that takes care of that for you automatically. Then there's a text message that goes out after 10 minutes that references the voicemail that you've left with them. And again, that's recorded. It's all pre-done and then just goes out. And then after 15 minutes, there's an email that goes out. On day 2 and day 3, we repeat the process, but with the messages spaced out a little bit more. Keep in mind, these people, we're not badgering them with some type of like, hey, you downloaded my free report, I want to talk to you type messages, or, I've got your list of FSBOs. It's, you requested this information from me, and I'm just making sure that you get what you need. Here's how to contact me. Let's go ahead and move with the process. So after day 3, we take a little break. We go to day 6, day 13, and then day 30. Now, at that point, we start a nurture process where day 39, day 50, day 55, and day 60, they get messages from us. Now, that then turns them into an even longer term nurture sequence where we have programs for over a year that we put these people into, because keep in mind, Facebook traffic is different than Google traffic. You're going to get people that are going to close in 60 days, 90 days, 120 days. We're building a relationship, building your brand in their mind so that they remember you and you become their lender and you close these deals long term, because there's just as many deals that are going to sit in that, 4-month to 9-month pocket, as there is going to be people reaching out to you right away. And with this compound communication system, you become the lender in their pocket. This is a message that one of our clients got, and they've been communicating with this lead for months. And on Facebook Messenger, as a result of having them in there because they came through the bot, so this is just like in your text messages, you've got the history of all the people that you've talked to, your mortgage company becomes a contact record in their Facebook account. So she came back months later and said, "Hi, I'm ready to purchase a home. Please contact me," and gave them her phone number. That's because of the long-term quality communication.
And that's a great point here, because number one, the system does what I would do if I could count on me, right? I mean, being honest, it's automated, and it does what we would do if we would do it, right? But we're busy closing. Again, it's nobody's fault. We're busy closing loans and teaching classes and having coffee appointments. And we need somebody to be sitting there and answering these Facebook messages like right now. The other thing that you make a great point on, you have got to have something that stays a long-term follow-up. Our research has showed that 15% of the Facebook or online leads, any online leads, only 15% buy, get this guys, in the first 90 days. 85% that close after 90 days. And so if we're just following up for like a week or two and go, that was a no good lead, you're missing out on the vast majority of the leads. And so in the past, the amount you're paying per lead per closure rate was low. It was simply because, at least for us, I found I wasn't following up long enough. That 85% is doing it after 90 days. And just being honest, Chris, left on my own, there's no way in heck I'm going to follow up with somebody past a week or two at best, right? Because I got other stuff I'm going on. You have got to automate this stuff, and that's what does it. So if somebody wants to set all this up, Chris, kind of walk us through I know we've talked about a lot of different pieces here. Let's kind of put it all together.
Yeah, absolutely. So what we're going to do is kind of walk you through each step of everything that's required and basically show you how to do all of it.
You know what? That's a great point. And if you don't mind me taking this one, because this is one of my favorite slides in the whole, I mean, it's all good stuff. This one was a game changer for me. That I met with a gentleman, wrote him a check for $10,000 and met with him. And this is what I got. And it was a bargain. He could have, now that I know what I know, he could have charged me twice as much and I'd have paid it. I'd appreciate if nobody lets him know that, but it was great information. So what he taught me was, we go, why? Why do we want to close more loans, right? We all have heard that before. We know that. In my case, it's legacy for my family and people that I can help. So what are we going to do? And in this case, we might go, I want to do these Facebook bots and this automated Facebook follow-up that generates incoming phone calls, right? I'd like to do that. So then as we look on the left-hand side, we go, well, how do we do that? And as we see those little marks, the hashtags going down that line, that's measurement of time. And that might be hours or days or weeks, in my case, months or years sometimes, that it takes me no time to figure out why. The what's easy. I know I need to be doing Facebook ads, right? I know I need to be doing that. How am I going to do it? That's what takes so long. We figure out how, and it takes weeks, days, and I might never figure it out, like the right way anyway. Now, once I figure out how, I do it, and then I'm done, right? The doing part takes like no time. It's the how that spends all our time. And what this guy taught me was, he said, Carl, never ever ask how again. Instead of asking how, ask who, right? And a lot of you have heard this before. This goes in all parts of your mortgage business, not just this. This is all parts of your mortgage business. Stop asking how, stop wasting time. The lost opportunity, the money that is costing you by figuring out how is priceless. I mean, it's unfathomable what that number is. That once you ask who and then it's done, you get instant, like things, it happens like now, and then you're on to the next what. And you have multiple whats working for you instead of wasting all the time. How? That's how, I mean, it's no secret. I make millions of dollars in the mortgage industry. This is how. I don't ask how, I asked who. And Chris, it's just an honor to have you as my who when it comes to, anything social marketing. But let's go ahead and walk through and look at the different steps that's necessary to make this happen.
Absolutely. So the first thing that you need is the intelligent workflow. And I've given you most of it here on the presentation. And, you know, you sitting down and figuring out what your specific short form loan application is going to be, you take that, take it over to ManyChat and just workflow out all of the different conversations. Now, if you were to pay an agency to do that, you saw on Google, you know, the agencies charge $30,000 just to take that brain map that they're going to map out with you anyway and put it into the software package and build all that.
And I just want to clarify, everybody, this is not some BS hyper number. This is a real number, by the way. This is what it really costs. And frankly, this wouldn't necessarily be one of the top agencies.
Yeah, that's totally true. But in your mind, you know how to map it all out, and you know ManyChat.com is the service that we use to build ours. That part of it is very cheap. It's $10 a month to get the subscription level. You can sign up for free, but you need the subscription level that hooks up to your Facebook ads. That's $10 a month. Now, you need a Facebook business page to run your ads. Those are free. You got, you know, a little bit of graphics design or whatever, but we're going to call that free for our purposes. We're assuming you already have one. And then your Facebook ads, you're targeting and setting all of that stuff up. Now, I've put a value of $3,000 on that just because if you were to go buy an information program on how to do that, there's information programs in the marketplace right now on like lynda.com and different services like that. Well, they'll charge you $3,000 to learn Facebook ads. And that's not even specific to the mortgage industry. That's just how to run Facebook ads. You know, there are other trainings out there just for the mortgage industry, but we'll ballpark it in that area. Now, Agent Legend LO, that system that we talked about, you can go there and you can buy that service. It's $299 a month. That gives you the ringless voicemails, the text messages, and the emails that you can sequence through that thing, and you pay that on a monthly ongoing service, right? Now, the timing sequences that I ran you through there, for you to just sit down and whiteboard out how you want to communicate with your clients, put it into the system, test it, then go back and say, okay, this one's working, this one isn't, remap it all out, optimize it, and get it in there. The value of your time, you're going to spend at least $1,000 in doing that. Or if you pay an assistant, let's call it $15 an hour, you're going to be well into $1,000 invested just to set up the timing sequences and everything inside that software. Then you need the actual messages that go inside it. So that's, what do you say in the ringless voicemails? What do the text messages say? What do the emails say? If you were to pay a professional copywriter to write all of that for you, and it took them only 20 hours to do it, you paid them $50 an hour. That's another value of $1,000 there. And then your time to set everything up, because you got to understand these are all independent systems. So your Facebook ads have to be able to talk to ManyChat. Then ManyChat has to use Zapier to talk to Agent Legend LO, and then Agent Legend LO needs to be set up so that you get the leads in the business, so that you're either knowing the inbound phone calls are coming from that system, or you have somebody that's following up on the leads for you. So rough value in what you're going to put into that is about $35,000. And then roughly $2,500 a month to maintain it if you look at the time that it takes to kind of like optimize your campaign, run the ad set test, monitor the ad set test, and then optimize and scale, right? Now, good news, I've calculated out the math, that's about 14 mortgages a year. So if you were to fund 14 mortgages from this system, it would pay for all of that development. So it really, I mean, it looks shocking up front, but really to have this asset in the business, totally worth doing and setting up. But you don't have to spend $30,000 or more or have the headaches of doing it on your own, because me and my team here at Connection Incorporated, we would like to be your who. Rather than the how, you know how to do it, you've got the maps, you got the processes, we would like to be your who and just do all of this for you. So the benefits to doing that is you're getting these high quality leads that are pre-qualifying themselves through the targeting, through the ad copy, and through the bot. You get the automated lead flow of these leads coming into your business. And then once the lead is generated in your business, you've got the automated lead follow-up and system that's generating those inbound calls. We help you, like we get on the phone with you and help you record your ringless voicemails. We write all the text messages for you. We write all the emails. We sequence everything together. We do everything to position you as the industry leader and have those new leads, have you as their lender in their pocket. Now, we charge $2,000 to set everything up. That includes the ad set optimization sequence, setting up all of your Facebook ads, the images, the copy, everything there. So if you think of buying an information program at $2,000 or $3,000 or $4,000 and then doing it all on your own, just the setup of your Facebook advertising account on that $2,000 setup, there's incredible value there. You're also getting the bot, right? We pay for your ManyChat subscription. We build the bot for you. That in itself, we know has incredible value to it. And Agent Legend LO, we set everything up for you, help you record the ringless voicemails, tie everything all together, manage the whole system for you, and we pay for that monthly Agent Legend LO and the setup fee for you, all included in that $2,000 setup. Now, after that $2,000 setup, that covers the first 30 days. Our service is $1,500 a month after that, okay? Again, for running all of those systems and generating those leads for you, incredible value there. Now, for today, on the webinar, for you, Carl, and for your people, we're dropping that setup down to just $14.97. And that includes the first 30 days of the system. So you're getting your Facebook ad account set up, all the proper targeting, we're uploading your custom audiences, everything that we covered on the webinar we do for you, setting up your chat bot, everything there is all set up for you, Agent Legend LO, all set up for you. You're getting the full package. We don't take anything out of it, just $14.97 today. In 30 days, once your system is running, you're generating leads, all those wonderful things, it's just $9.97 per month. Now your budget is on top of that, but it's just $9.97 to manage and maintain the whole system. And if you look at Agent Legend LO at $2.99 a month there, that's rolled into that. You don't have to buy any additional systems to bolt onto this. We've encompassed everything in that monthly subscription. So right now, go to chatbotmortgages.com, sign up. You're gonna see a payment page where you put in your information, fill out your credit card information, click submit, and just claim your spot with this offer today. It's an incredible value. I can't wait to have you. Now, when you do that, you're getting the chatbot, the monthly CRM, Agent Legend LO. That includes the ringless voicemail part of it. We're going to take care of all of your Facebook ads for you. And when Facebook changes, which it's going to, it's just inevitable, you never have to worry about it again. We're ahead of all those changes. We have a Facebook advertising manager that works with us, and we enjoy those changes because it allows us to do things like launch chatbots. You know, a year and a half ago, this didn't exist as an opportunity. Now here we are at the forefront of the mortgage industry implementing this stuff and bringing it to you because now we know it works. We take care of all that development for you. And then there's Zapier and hooking all that stuff up. And then everything that's included in your typical agency package to run Facebook ads for you, but it's specific to the mortgage industry and we know how to generate these loans. Now, the one thing that I will add to that, I mean, obviously you can see it on the screen here, but I want to be cognizant of everybody's time. You get a dedicated account manager that you can talk to. So we have a 1-800 number. You can call, you talk to your account manager, and we pair you with an account manager that works with you. So it's not like you call the number and you have to talk to some random person who like checks your account and then takes a guess at what's going on. Your account manager is tasked with the job of getting you results, and you get to work with that person. We send you a monthly report and then ask you for your feedback. We work the system with you to help you find the system that's going to get you results in your mortgage business. Now, I also have a couple of bonuses for you. We have a private Facebook group for all of our clients where we're sharing what's working, giving you best practices. Carl, I know you love contributing to that community and having everybody in there.
Dude, I can tell you right now, having these private Facebook groups, here's the advantage of the private Facebook group, guys. You never want to go onto a forum asking questions because you don't know who's answering. Huh. And the one thing about the private Facebook group, I monitor it, Chris monitors it, we both contribute to it. We vet the responses. So like when somebody gives you, when you post a question and one of the other members answers also, we're vetting those answers to make sure they're in line with what we know to be true, instead of somebody that hasn't closed a loan in the last 5 years and they spend all their time on the forums putting on I know what's going on hat when they really don't have a clue. And that is the biggest issue that I've seen in the free Facebook groups, whereas in the private ones, we can vet them. So I love that part. Plus the ongoing biweekly training that Chris, you lead, is like an hour every other week on what's new, what's happening, what's changed, what needs to be done different, and what you guys are doing for the loan officer's benefit on their behalf. So it's not like they have to go do anything. In essence, you're kind of just telling them, hey, here's what we're doing for you already based upon what's on the new changes. And then your 45-minute quick start session, which happens right after you get registered with chatbotmortgages.com. We're going to set you up a 45-minute quick start session so we can get you, quickly started.
That's it. And this second bonus that we've put together, Carl, I'm really excited about because we only have so much time, and I obviously pack in some very high level, pretty detailed training for you. So we didn't even really touch on the full feature suite of that Agent Legend LO system. Now, that originally was a real estate product, and we took it and modified it so that it would work exceptionally well in the mortgage industry. And it has the ability and already sequenced out follow-up sequences for Zillow leads, Boomtown leads, Commission Inc. leads, like any system where you've got a real estate partner coming to you and saying, hey, would you buy my, do a co-marketing agreement with me, or pay for my leads over here. This system gives you the ability to respond back to them and say, hey, you know what? I'm not entirely on board for paying for all of those, but what I will do is I'll convert them. And I will turn those into apps, and then I will refer those clients to you, because so when it comes to those leads, it's like the realtor wants you to pay for them, but they don't want to follow up with them. And then, let's face it, in the past, we probably didn't want to follow up with them either. Now you can take all those leads, put them into this system, and get those 40% response rates from those lead systems. Now, the other thing that we're including in that is my Irresistible Influence Offer campaign. And what that is a Facebook campaign that you can launch in your local marketplace to attract very high value real estate partners. And what we do is we present the offer that you can follow up with and speak to roughly 40% of the leads that they're generating without them ever having to follow up with the lead. So we have ads, landing pages, and follow-up sequences that vet the realtor and get them to book an appointment in your calendar as a result of seeing the Facebook ad. Now, when you go to the coffee appointment or go to the meeting or even just qualify them over the phone, your offer is the Agent Legend LO system. So it's a fully done internet marketing suite to attract a high quality realtor, all wrapped into a campaign that you can just add to your existing system for no additional charge. Now, again, you need to fund the budget to run the ads, but we'll build the whole thing for you as part of your system, and it works incredibly well with that Agent Legend LO system. So go to chatbotmortgages.com today. I mean, if you think about the value of what's included in this system, just the Facebook ad setup and running the ad campaigns for you is worth that $2,000 value. And with the discount just down to $1,497, I mean, this is fantastic. And I also have an incredible guarantee for you. So if you're not 100% satisfied with the system that we build for you, you can keep all of the campaigns and all of the bonuses. Okay, so there's no contract to sign. You can cancel at any time if you're not 100% satisfied, and you keep the campaigns and the bonuses. So what we build inside your Facebook account, that's yours. The ManyChat subscription, you just pick up the $10 a month subscription, keep everything that's in there. And Agent Legend LO, you just flip over to their system, you keep everything that we've built for you in there, and you just become an Agent Legend LO client. There's no sneakiness, there's no weird contracts or anything like that. This is a system that is built so that we can prove our value to you to earn you as a long-term customer. There's no gotcha here. We know that this works. So very quickly here, Carl, before we wrap up, and I appreciate, we're a little bit over time here, so I'll go through this really quickly. But this is from Pat, and the reason why I love this story is because Pat was really frustrated with just the ups and downs of the changes and the systems and everything. So consistency was just a really big value add for him. So his testimonial We have a great stream of leads coming through our funnel. Every week we have clients in our office that come from our Facebook marketing. So, I mean, if you think about just the languaging used behind that, clients in our office, you know, it's totally different than what a lot of other people have experienced. This one's from Vaughn. Vaughn's an exceptional marketer in his own right. I have a tremendous amount of respect for him. And he tried a lot of this on his own, with like some working really well, some not so much, tried a couple of agencies, and then came to us. He says, finally, results from Facebook. Even though it took some time, our campaigns are generating quality traffic and applications each month. We closed 3 deals last month and already have another 4 in the pipeline for this month. His budget on his advertising is just under $1,000 a month, to give you a rough idea what's being put in to generate that response out in the business. Here's the one from Adriana. Again, 442 leads so far through her system when she launched it. 18 quality leads from that were referred out to real estate partners. 9 of the leads were pre-approved, and she was able to leverage that system into 4 new realtor relationships that were not sending her business before, which is pretty cool. And then Mel, who you already saw, tallied up his totals from the system, including the management fee, at 507% ROI for the year. So for every dollar he put into the system, he returned $5.07 as a result. Here's another one from a client of ours that asked to be anonymous, but registered 3 apps in the past week, all qualified borrowers through the system. This particular person, you can see working with our account manager, Bashar, and he is a branch manager. So this system gives him the ability to scale within his organization. So he proved it using it in his own individual production, and now working on scaling so that he can provide these leads that are just calling into the office or coming in as nice warm leads that say, hey, contact me. And he can now branch that out to the other people that are in his office. Here's another branch manager, Tim. He says Agent Legend, which means Agent Legend LO, is working wonders for my internet leads. With the campaign that he's running, I've taken 4 apps this week alone. This program is a beast. So pretty cool stuff. We know that we can help you. You know, this isn't a high pressure thing, but I mean, if you're sitting there and you've either tried this in the past, or you know that this is right for you and you just don't have the time to do it yourself. I mean, Carl, I love this.
Yeah, again, I cannot overemphasize. Chris and I have partnered up on this just for complete transparency. I'm obviously extremely cautious about who I partner up with because you guys trust me over the years, and I take that very seriously. Just because somebody puts a buck in my pocket, they don't get my endorsement. So we don't do sponsorship at our events for just that reason. I have to fully 100% believe in something embedded in it. How Chris and I actually met was he was helping me with my social media for years now, and I finally said, dude, you're my secret weapon. As much as I hate to share you with everybody because I don't want you to get too bad. That's honestly the thought that was going through my mind, Chris. I said, well, crap, he'll get busy with everybody else and won't be able to help me. And I thought how short-sighted. And, you know, it's not about me, it's about helping people. And so that's why I introduced Chris to our crowd. And the fact that there's no contracts in this, this is a machine that if you can ever find a machine where you put $100 in and $1,000 bills pop out, man, I just want to wear that machine out. And so don't try to figure out this stuff, get the who part. So anyway, that's all I got, man.
Awesome. So I know that, you know, if you have any questions, we want to help. You know, you may have a couple of questions before you go ahead. For those of you that are taking action right now, you're an action taker, go to chatbotmortgages.com. We'll see you on the inside. If you have a couple of questions, you can reach out to Chris at Connection Incorporated. But I'm basically just going to tell you, follow the link. And then on the intake call, if something comes up where we feel like the program's not right for you, or you feel the program's not right for you, we'll refund your money 100% on that intake call. There's absolutely no risk here for you. So just go ahead, go to chatbotmortgages.com, fill in that form, and as soon as you submit that payment, that queues you in our system. Our account manager is going to reach out to you, book an intake call for you either today if we have time, or in the next couple of days. You get on that call. We run you through the whole program, help you map everything out. And if at the end of that 45-minute session, you say, you know what, I don't think this is right for me, or you don't get the answers to all your questions, no problem. We'll refund your money 100% on that call. There's absolutely no risk. So you can feel comfortable going to chatbotmortgages.com and investing today. We're really looking forward to seeing you on the inside. And thank you for your time today.
Cool. All right, guys. So again, any issues whatsoever on that first introduction call, if you have any questions that go unanswered, you don't feel okay about it, again, you can cancel anytime you want to on that 45-minute intake call, and you get 100% refunded right back to your credit card. Man, you gotta. Let me tell you something, guys. If you're going to be a baker, you gotta buy flour to make the bread. There is no business that I know of that doesn't require effort and financing in, and that's just the way it works. And once you find something that you put 5 in and 20 pops out, man, you just want to wear that thing out. So looking forward to seeing you on the inside. Chatbotmortgages.com. Chris, brother, thanks for being you, my friend. And for all of y'all that spent the last hour and 5-10 minutes with us, Chris and I know that you were doing anything, and we're just absolutely honored that you would spend this time with us. So see you on the inside, see you on the Facebook group, see you on the biweekly training, chatbotmortgages.com. I'm Carl White. I'll see you there. Thanks again for your time, guys.
Bye, everybody.